We'll start in just a second, working on my battery life here. All right. Figured it out. This is good. Welcome, everybody. A couple minutes and we will, or a couple seconds, and we will start. Okay, we are ready to go. So welcome, if this is your first class, to New Consultant Training. And if not, if you're partway through the cycle, welcome to the next class. And we are starting our fresh cycle with class 1A tonight. And so we're really going to talk about some basics, very simple getting started pieces that are really important. So we will jump right in. And what I want to start with is talking a little bit about kind of the heart behind consultants in our unit, in our Inspire family in general. Like, what is it about and what are we really going after? And I believe that each one of you guys who has come here and joined our teams is here for a genuine reason for yourself, something that you saw that Mary Kay could provide or help you to provide. And we want that for you, no matter what, abundantly. But there's also kind of just an overview of my vision for our group and our teams in general. And so if you would grab the first document that I sent, which is, it says JM Consultant Charts. If you open up or pull up the JM Consultant Charts document, and I do recommend as much as possible that you print them off ahead of time. I try to always get them to you the day before or sooner, so that you can just print them off and be able to make notes and then put them into a binder or something where you can keep them and review them and go back. It's amazing what slips through our brains the first time through. So grab the JM Consultant Charts document and let's take a look at this. As you look at that document, you'll see it's kind of got a paragraph and then 3 charts. So let's read the paragraph together. My vision for our group of women is to develop whole person consultants. As a consultant, it's just making money, or it's just having positive girlfriends, or it's just growing. I think we have to kind of bring all those pieces together to make this a really fun and abundant experience. And so the whole person consultant, the goal is to develop consultants who are successful, fulfilled, and growing. They're seeing their lives and others' lives impacted because of their Mary Kay business. That's what I want for us. I want consultants who feel successful. That means they're getting some results. They're getting things out of this, that they're fulfilled, that it is a fun and a joyful process, not just, bottom line, dollar kind of situation. And then that they're growing. This business is not fixed. It is not who you are is what you are, and you either can do Mary Kay or you can't. Not at all. This business is learned. And I say that confidently because I am that girl who knew nothing and had no instincts. I liked people and I was nice. That was all I had going for me. And most of what I'm confident in now is because I couldn't do it and I messed it up and I had to go, okay, what can I do differently? So I just want to encourage you, growth is a part of this process. And if you just embrace that, this will be a lot more fun. So the second sentence there then says they're seeing their lives and others' lives impacted because of their Mary Kay business. And that touches on some goals, like what is it that you want Mary Kay to provide for you? What are you looking for to earn income-wise, to pay off, to bless your life in some way. But then beyond that, how does that trickle down to other people? Whether it be your family who's blessed, whether it be other women that you encounter through your Mary Kay business, women who join your team, who knows? But ultimately, I don't want it to just be about you. I want it to be that other people are touched because you chose to become a part of Mary Kay. So let's take a look at what is that? Like, how does that work? So the first on the far left, the chart there says 4 components. So 4 components are of being a whole person consultant are body, mind, heart, and spirit. Body, mind, heart, and spirit. Those are the 4 aspects of us as women that we want to kind of have a handle on for growing. And so let's talk about each one, and you can make some notes here. When I say the body component, think about our bodies. Most of what happens in our bodies isn't thought about. We don't tell our respiratory system to breathe. We don't tell our muscular system to flex and relax most of the time. We don't, tell our circulatory system to pump blood. It all happens on its own. But if it doesn't happen, bad things are going on and there's serious issues. Same thing in your business. You want the body component of your business to be the things that flow on their own, the systems, we call it, just like circulatory system and respiratory system. It's a system, so things that just flow on their own that you don't constantly have to be thinking about really hard. So we're going to teach you how to put systems in your business to help the body function well and be profitable, that you make money. And so that's the body component. Mind is the next component, and that is knowledge. It's developing a really strong knowledge and skills. So the nuts and bolts of how to build a business, how to hold a party, customer service, just details and facts and figures. We're going to tell you that stuff. So your mind component is strong. Next component is the heart. When I talk about the heart, that's talking more about feeling valued, that you matter as part of our team, whether you live close by or far away, that you're encouraged, and that you have strengths that you bring to the table here in Mary Kay, and that you don't feel like you have to change who you are. You can grow who you are, but you don't have to change the woman that you are to succeed in Mary Kay. That's my desire, that you have an ability to enjoy and be passionate about your Mary Kay work, that you work in your strengths and not just try to be someone else. And then last component is the spirit. The spirit component of you is the part that feels like what you're doing matters, that it's not just selling lipstick to women. But how does selling lipstick to women make a difference in her life long term? How does building a Mary Kay business benefit your life or your family's lives? I want it to go deeper than just checking boxes and making orders and, selling lipstick. So we'll talk about how does this business actually make a difference for you, for others, and then how can you utilize that for yourself? So that's the components of a whole person consultant. That is the goal that we're going after. And so when those components are strong, when you have a strong body in Mary Kay, a strong mind, a strong heart, and a strong spirit, that is going to be on the far right of this document, the 4 outcomes. The outcomes that will show up when your body, mind, heart, and spirit are strong as a consultant is you will be profitable. So your business will be making money and it will be running smoothly. Second, for the mind, you will be skilled. You will know how to do Mary Kay, and you'll know how to do the basic pieces and be growing in that. The outcome for the heart is that you'll be passionate. You will love doing your Mary Kay. It will be a joy, a fun thing, because you're not trying to be someone else. You're not trying to, think, oh, I'm so bad. You're using your gifts. And so it brings passion out. And then the strong spirit outcome is pride. When I first started Mary Kay, pride was the last thing I was thinking. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to tell someone I was selling Mary Kay, and that's okay. That's normal. But what's happened as I've grown in my business is a pride to say, yes, I do Mary Kay, and I know many people don't get it. When I first say that, they think selling lipstick door to door, and that's okay, but I know how much more than that it is and has been for my family, for my personal life, for my growth, so many things. So I personally have a pride in it. And then, of course, seeing how our company does good in this world plays a part in that too. So that's the outcome, that you are profitable, that you're skilled, that you're passionate about it, and that you're proud to say you're a part of this company. That's where I want to take you. And so the process of getting there is building 4 skills. And so the middle chart on that document is the skills required. And the first skill for the body is systems. I already just kind of sent that word to you. When you have smooth systems for paperwork, for money management, for all that stuff, that will give you a good flow, and that will enable you to make much more money than if it's all over the place, hodgepodge. The skill required for the mind is education. It's learning to ongoing educate yourself. I still go to the Mary Kay events. I still watch podcasts. I still read. I still study up on the product because I'm constantly wanting to get better and be more effective and try something new. And like I said, it's not a fixed thing, it's learned. And so I'm constantly working to grow better. And that's what I want for our consultants, that you have a good foundation and you're solid and you know what to do, but you also know how to build on it. All right, the skill required for the heart to be strong is belief. And so really helping you believe, first of all, in yourself, that you are worth women spending time with, that you, by caring about people, have something of value to offer. And also belief in our company, that we have a good heart for this world, that we want to make a difference, that our product is worthwhile and is a good value. So just those aspects of helping you believe in what company you're aligned with, believe in what you're saying and telling. And I always try to make sure the most integrity possible is how we present ourselves to people. And that helps you to become more passionate. And then the skill required for your spirit to be strong is a connectedness. So we will go a little bit deep. Forgive me, but we will. It's not all going to be surface level. There are times where we're going to talk about something that digs a little deeper into, like, why does this matter? Or what's so important about this? And then as you move forward and have conversations with myself or your Mary Kay mentor, talking about that like, what is this really about? If you strip away all the fun and prizes and girl time, like, why is this something of value? And so we will work on that skill so that you know how to connect it for yourself and then also for others, and that you can be confident to stand in front of women because of our product. So our training revolves around those 4 components and helping you to strengthen each of them. That's what's happening here. So we are going to start with body, because you need a little structure to really get going, right? And having some just basics gives you a lot of confidence. So we're going to talk a little bit about our paperwork and sales slips and things tonight. And then in the next class, we're going to go deep into money management. And money management is going to build, you're going to learn it at a few levels. But we're going to really talk about that so you know for sure what money is yours and what money goes to your business, so you can, again, run a smooth and successful one. So let's first just talk about something so simple, writing a sales slip. Like, that's an important factor that we need to learn, right? And so forgive me, I forgot to grab mine. So let me get one real quick. Okay, thank you. So when you have a sales slip, this is what they look like. I am assuming y'all have seen these, but these are what we have in our starter kit. And the way that you're going to fill it out is obviously the top left, you're going to put her name. So if you have one, grab it so you can look at it yourself. I will hold it up, but it's sometimes a little awkward. So you're going to put your name of your customer right there. I do not put her address and phone number and all that that's listed there if I have a profile card for her. So if she has done a profile card, which looks like this, if she has one of these filled out, I don't need her to write her name and address on this, or I don't need to write it. I typically fill out the sales slip. If you have done an appointment with me, if you have had your beauty bash with your recruiter or director, you've seen that we don't just fling out sales slips to people, we write them out. And so most of the time you're going to be filling this slip out. But underneath that information is the date. I do write the date because you do want to know the date of the sale. And then underneath it is where you list the items. And so this is a great example here of how it works. The quantity of products, and then write out the name of the product. And I will tell you this, this is for you. So I have here firming eye cream. It doesn't have to say time-wise firming eye cream. If it's an eyeshadow, you can put hazelnut, or early on, if you're going to go, what's hazelnut, right? Hazelnut shadow. But the description of the product is for you. So as long as you know what that product was, it's fine. Just put the description there. And then over here, you'll see a great example of what the two different columns are for. Amount is how much they're going to pay you for the product. So if they're paying full price, then I just go straight across to the amount and I write the item's price that they're going to pay me. Now here you'll see that I wrote on both lines, this product was discounted for her. So the price of it is this. The amount she's going to pay is this. And so that's the only time where I'll use the price and the amount column, is just when there's a discount. So she can see what was the full price and then what is she paying, and she can see that I discounted it for her. So I'm just going to tally up, boom, 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 and I get the subtotal. And then from the subtotal, you can then calculate the sales tax. But here's the thing, very important. You'll remember from orientation when we talked about product options that you pay the sales tax to Mary Kay up front. So whatever amount of product you order, say you order $200 of product, that is worth $400 retail, right? So that $400, when you purchase it, Mary Kay says, okay, 400 times whatever your percentage is of sales tax, and they get that amount, and that is added on to your order. You pay the $200 half price, you'll pay the full price sales tax, and then your shipping and that stuff. So when you charge customers for products, even if you give them a discount, you want to still charge the full price sales tax. You already paid it to Mary Kay, so that money is gone. You want to recoup that from your customer. So charge them the full price sales tax, or be prepared to say, I'm going to take a hit on a few more dollars by giving her a discounted sales tax rate. Does that make sense? Hopefully. All right, so you've calculated the tax, and then at the bottom is the total. So you add the subtotal, the tax, and then you have her total, and you just circle it, and that's the amount she's going to pay you. Then up here is where you just mark how she's going to pay. So check or cash, and then is she doing credit? And if so, you need her 16 digits and her expiration date. And then she can sign it there to approve the charge. So you're going to put that information in. That way you know what kind of payment she did if you forget by the time you get home. And then I, at the bottom, sign it and put my phone number. Sign it with my phone number. So that's how you're going to fill out the sales slip. And one of the first things that happens with consultants typically is that people say, oh, you're doing Mary Kay now? I need mascara. Don't hold back. Do not say, oh, I'll call you in a month. Take the order. We'll help you. We'll get it worked out. Take the order. So grab a sales slip, fill it out, give her total, take her check, and say, I'll get that to you. Absolutely okay. Don't hold back. Start to have some of those sales. That's a great boost for you for getting started. So that's how you actually fill out the slip. Now, you'll notice there are a lot of layers. There's a lot of pages here, 5, 6 sheets. What are those for? So the top one, that is going to be your copy that you're going to keep. And when you get home and you sit down and go through all your paperwork, you're going to take her profile card and you're going to take that top layer of sales slip and you're going to staple it to the back. So you have Kristen, and then you have her sale, the top layer. And this way you can see a record and a running total of all that she's ever ordered from you. If she's okay with you keeping her credit card number on file, you can keep it there and then just charge her when she orders more. And that's just a side note. That is something that I tell people in appointments is, part of getting me is that I can keep your card on file. And then when you need something, I literally charge the card, drop it in your box. You don't have to do anything but text me. I think our service is something that we have to sell to people because they have options. There's great products out there, but do they deliver to their door, customized to their preferences, and just charge their card for them? Probably not. So that's the top layer of what you do. The second layer, also in the corner here, says beauty consultant copy right there. So the second layer is going to be for your taxes. So for now, for the moment, just envision setting that aside. You're going to set the second beauty consultant copy aside, and that's going to be a part of your taxes. The next 2 layers say beauty consultant copy. They're also gray like this, and they say beauty consultant copy. No, I'm sorry, customer copy. They say customer copy, and those are the ones you're going to give to the customer. So it's her record of her sale. Now, why is there 2 sheets? It's because if you don't have everything that she needed, you give her 1 copy with the first order or her purchase, and then when all the product comes in or whatever was missing comes in, you give her the other customer copy so she can see again, okay, this is all that I ordered and here it is. So it's just a nice little service for your customer. So that's what you're going to do with this slip with the customer profile, and how you're going to write that out and then what to do with the different layers. So here's the last step of what you want to do from there to make sure that copy for your taxes that I mentioned goes to the right place. First off, Mary Kay's Mary Kay in Touch website is amazing. It has so many wonderful resources, and one of them is called My Customers. It's a place where you can enter your customer profiles and keep a record online of all the people who buy from you and their information. So if, heaven forbid, you were to lose this, you haven't lost their info. And when there's opportunities to send out an e-card or to do something, virtual, her information is already stored online, and you can just click on her name and things will get sent to her automatically. So it's really nice. The way you're going to find that is to go to marykayintouch.com, and there's those tabs across the top where it drops down a menu. The tab you're going to use for this, which you're going to use all the time, is Business Tools. So you're going to click on Business Tools. It's going to drop down a menu, and as you scroll down, you'll see My Customers. So when you click on My Customers, then it'll pull something up where you can add a customer, and you're going to add her information in there and save it. And I'll tell you personally, I choose to put in her name, her address, her email, her phone number. I don't put in all of her answers to all of these questions. I just, don't feel like it's necessary. It's not something I utilize. So I keep it pretty simple. I'll put in her birthday as well. But that is that information. And so that is going to go into My Customers so that it's saved and available and ready to go. And then you're going to enter in her sale. And I would encourage you as you go to find a system for yourself. This is one of those first systems that I want to talk to you about for helping build this strong body, is how you want to do your paperwork. And you need to go with your personality. If you are somebody who is going to go nuts if you come home from a party with a pile of papers and you don't do something with them right away, then do something that night. That's your system. I get home from my party, I enter my paperwork. One of our directors is that way. I get home from my party and I'm done. I'm off. I don't want to think about Mary Kay for a while. I want to rest or go to bed or have fun with my family. And so I choose to wait and do my paperwork a little bit later, the next day or whatever is appropriate. So it's not right or wrong, but I would encourage you early on to decide, what's my style? Am I now got to get it done, or I'm going to go nuts and feel crazy? Or am I want to be done when I get home and I'll do my paperwork tomorrow. One other option would be to enter your sales slips once a week. Sunday is a day I do budgeting for our family and for my business. And so that's a natural day where I make sure everything's been entered in. So you'll find a rhythm, but the main thing is do not wait more than a week. You need to have these sales slips entered, and you also need to get these people entered, because if you start to pile up, you start to lose things, you start to get overwhelmed, and then you don't want to do it. Not to mention that there are things and opportunities where you may want to contact all your customers, and if you don't have them entered, you now are missing out on opportunities to market your business. So pick what works for you. At least once a week, sit down and make sure your customers are entered, and then you're going to enter in your sales slips. And this is the last thing I'm going to explain on how to do tonight. On marykayandtouch.com, when you go to business tools, you scroll way, way, way down to what's called the weekly accomplishment sheet. And at the very bottom, you'll see weekly accomplishments, and you're going to click on that. And then when that pulls up, it's going to enable you to enter in the sales that you had for the week. Now, it's really important that you choose, the first thing you're going to choose is what was the week. And it runs Sunday to Saturday. So you're going to have a little drop down. You're going to pick what week were these sales from. You pull that up, and then you'll enter each appointment individually. So if it was a party on Monday, put Monday's date, Susie's party, whoever was the hostess. And then you're going to add up the bottom line amount that you sold from all the women at that appointment and put that total in the line as your total sales. Do not take the tax part out. You'll see on there where it says to do that. You're creating extra work for yourself if you do that and skewing your numbers. The government wants to know, how much money did people give you? And the sales tax is recorded elsewhere, so you will get credited for that. It's not going to count as income. But what you need to know is, okay, if I had a party on Monday, I'm going to add up every sales slip from that party, the total at the very bottom there. That amount is going to go on the line with your hostess's name. And then it'll ask you a few other details, like how many people were there, how many people booked, how many people purchased skincare sets. And so you'll just answer those questions and then save that information. And then if you had a random order from someone, you can put her in there with the date and the total sale. So it's just by appointment. If it was a one-on-one or a party or whatever, each appointment or each interaction with a client would go on the line, and then it will tally for you your weekly sales total. It'll also, which is fun, tally how many skincare sets you do sell through the year. So that's why it's good to go ahead and put that in. Anytime you sell, cleanser, moisturizer, and foundation, any version, whether it's Time Wise Repair, Botanicals, Clear Proof. If you do the cleanser, lotion, and moisture and foundation, that's a skincare set. And the reason why we pay any attention to that is those are the most loyal and long-lasting customers. They tend to fall in love and stay with you. By far, 7 years in, the women who buy skincare from me are the ones that reorder the most and stay constant. So I highly recommend, pay attention to those skincare sets. And that's what we do at the party, is that's what women fall in love with. Not to mention that it is your highest profit margin. The profit margin on eyeshadow is $4. And how often do you buy the dark purple eyeshadow? Once every year? 2 years. So you're getting $4 every year or two if she buys eyeshadow. When she's buying skincare, she's reordering every 4 to 6 months different pieces of that. And on average, it's $10 for cleanser, it's $12 profit for moisturizer, it's $11 profit for foundation. So that little set, now you're looking at $35 coming in every 4 months, as opposed to $4 a year. So skincare is very, very powerful, and it builds such loyal customers. So I highly recommend pay attention to that. Jot that down when you fill in your sales, and then see, and you'll watch that number grow, and it feels really, really good. And that's when you know, okay, I'm building, a really strong customer base. So once you have entered your sales for the week, here's the very most important part. You've entered your sales, it's there. There's going to be a summary page, and 2 things to do on the summary page. The first thing you want to do is print it. Print that page out, because that is what you're going to attach that second layer of the sales slip to. So it's great to enter your sales online. Yay. This is your proof for the government that you had the sale. So when you enter your sales for the week, print the sheet, and then take the appropriate second layer of the sales slip for all of those sales and staple them to the weekly accomplishment sheet that you printed out. And now you have this that matches the paper of all those entries. And if you were to be audited, if the government wanted to see that, you could say, hey, here's my sales slips, here's the totals, and you have that ready to go. Very, very, very important to have that done. Not to mention that it gives you a total number of your sales. And no matter who you are, money was probably a factor coming into Mary Kay, and we want to know how much you're selling. We want you to have confidence to stand on with that. So that's what you're going to do. And then the other thing you want to do is submit to my director. There's a button where you can submit to your director. And so if it's me or one of the other ladies in our team, they'll get an email that will just say, hey, check out her accomplishments. And then we can see, A, how much you're selling and celebrate with you and be so excited. But B, we can also take a look at all those results. And if we notice something like, wow, she is selling a ton of skincare sets, we can go, what are you doing? Help pass that on to someone else. Let's see what that is. Or if we notice something else like, she hasn't sold any skincare sets, not any at all, that can be a signal to me that I've missed something in your training, that there's a piece that slipped through the cracks. Because like I said, this is learned. It's not inborn. And so we can go, hey, okay, let's talk. What are you saying? What's happening here? And how can we help you to get better results in one of those areas and see that thrive? So be sure to submit to your director, and we want to see it. And you can ask my husband, like, oh my gosh, she had $1,000 week. I'm so excited. We love to celebrate that. And we want to help you to tweak and hone and get better and better and better results from your business. So that is how to fill out the sales slip, what to do with all the papers so you don't have piles of this on your desk stressing you out. You can sort them and put them away. And that does remind me, once you have entered her profile and you've saved the slip, what do you do with these? What I recommend is you can keep them with you while she's current. If you owe her some product, if you are doing her follow-up where you're going to need her card, I do keep those in my binder, keep them with me. But once I'm complete and there's no more steps that I need to take, like in appointments or in product, then I put these in a big, just open box, and I have alphabet divider tabs that separate by last name so that I can just quickly find people's cards if I do need to see them or if they do make a purchase. So just a big box where you can put all those alphabetically, and then those alphabet divider tabs, they actually make some this size, so it fits perfectly. You usually have to get those at an office store. And when you have 10 customers, it's no big deal to rummage through. When you have 50, it becomes a pain. So start now. Get your box, get your alphabet divider tabs, and that way you can divide up those customers by alphabet, by last name, and be able to find them easily, and then set that somewhere. And now you have a system. for entering your sales, entering your customers, and filing that stuff away. System number one in place to have a strong body when it comes to your Mary Kay business. And like I said, next week, we will talk about what to do with that money. How do I manage it well so that I keep as much as possible, but also give my business enough to run well? That's what we're going to cover. So join me again next week, and I will see you then.